And a lead mechanism is not exactly what you guys may think it is. Lead mechanism, everybody in here probably thinks I'm talking about a webinar or I'm talking about a VSL. I will tell you that webinars and VSLs are the most effective lead mechanisms that there are out there, in my personal opinion, for selling high ticket offers. But they are not the only lead mechanisms out there. And most people cling to them like a North Star. And we can eventually work our way up to a VSL or a webinar. But whenever, and remember, this is me teaching my customer success team. Whenever we have people come in-house or join Scaling Initiative, Scaling Systems, we're trying to see, okay, if you already have 3 down, then do you have 2 down? And you may not even realize it. So a great example of this, DM convos. Another great example of this is like a Facebook group. Another great example of this is like what we call a freebie or a lead magnet, right? So get this PDF, get this thing here, get this thing there, right? Just phone call conversations. And the purpose of the lead mechanism is to simply get them to the sales mechanism. It's to warm them up, nurture them, engage them, and get them to the sales mechanism. Now, some lead mechanisms are more efficient than others. For example, at the level that we're at right now, if I had to have a DM conversation with every single booked appointment that we had, it would be so massively inefficient. But it is doable. And what most people do when they come into scaling systems or just in general in their business is they have most people that we have already are making like $5, $10, $15,000 a month when they come in, which means in some form they have to have a lead mechanism, sales mechanism in place already. They just don't realize it. And so what they're trying to do is, all right, let's create a VSL. Let's create a webinar right now. I'm like, dude, we'll create it. We got 4 months. We got 6 months. We got time together. But my question for you is like, you already have one of these 2 combinations that's working. If I could just get you more of this, wouldn't that be better? And then we can make it more efficient. So a few great examples. I'll shout out Zach here. Zach joined Scale Initiative a few months ago. Awesome business in the fitness world. And he was doing DM conversations to a phone call. And he was the sales guy and he was closing deals. And he's like, yo, let's do a VSL. Let's do a VSL. I said, dude, we will do a VSL. I promise you. Because he was tired with the DM conversations. But I said, what if I could get you more DM conversations? If all things stay constant, you should just make more money without any other changes. Because getting every one of these right, guys, is like the most difficult thing in business, which is why most people don't do it. Most people don't have a successful business. So he already had things that were working and he wanted to shift to something whole new. Dude, if we moved him from a VSL to a phone call, it's like all of a sudden everything changes. We got to create the VSL. We got to make sure the slides look good. We got to make sure the sales copy looks good. We got to adjust the sales call to have somebody that's getting from a VSL versus a DM conversation. But he already had these. So I said, yo, if I just got you more DM conversations, do you think you can make more money? And he said, yeah. And so I'm going to get into the number 1 here, which will be traffic. But so we just ran ads to his DMs and dude, he's crushing it right now. I mean, well, you don't have to share your numbers, but you're a pretty fat ROI from ads right now, right?
Yeah, it's like two times cash ROI, and then I think revenue ROI is 600.
And how many booked appointments are you getting a day?
What?
How many booked appointments you guys getting a day?
Like 10 to 15.
And what were you doing before?
Like 5.
See, 3x of what he was doing before. All we did was create one. And also, what was the biggest pain point you had before was fucking shooting all that content. You're shooting content every day. And it's like, dude, you have to shoot content one time now. We'll put it in a Facebook ad, and then we'll just get you more conversations that you took to a phone call. Now, eventually, he's going to get to the point, like I was having a conversation with him and his closer there, where they are fucking getting to the point where they're having to get a lot of DM conversations, a lot of qualifying, a lot of demos. And so once again, we revisit the conversation of a VSL, but I said, no, not yet. Let's just get another closer on the phone and let's just do more of what's working. So 90% of the time when I'm getting on the phone with a scaling initiative client, it's like, I'm just trying to figure out what is working right now. And let's just figure out how we can optimize it using these 3 mechanisms to make it more efficient. So if you guys are already doing one of these things, another example could be Facebook group. I have another great client of ours, Christian. He's in Scaling with Systems, came in once again, wanted the VSL, wanted the VSL so bad, hopefully maybe he ever joins initiative, but that he got upset when our customer success manager said, no, you need to do more of the Facebook group. They said, you don't even know what Ravi teaches. Ravi talks about VSLs when you do a VSL, and almost tried to leave. So I shot him a Loom video and I explained to him the 3 mechanisms, and he shot the ad. I wrote the copy for him. I told him who to target. He went to the phone call and he spent $1,000 and he made $7,000 back in cash, $10,000 in revenue, right? And that was 3 out of 10 calls that he had booked from the $1,000 in cash, $100 cost per book call. So like, no matter what, guys, we will eventually get you to a VSL or to a webinar, but it's like, if you have a constant, why would we not just do more of the constant? Now, if you're coming at this and you're like, I actually don't have a lead mechanism because I'm just launching the offer, whatever else it is, then I would potentially be willing to start at a VSL or a webinar if I was starting from scratch, because it's like, okay, if you don't have anything, you might as well go to the most efficient thing as soon as possible, right? But if you do already have something, you guys should be auditing your business and figuring out, is it that I'm another thing that Christian was saying. So I'll give you another example. Christian, same guy, Facebook group conversations to a phone call. He was like, hey, I really do want to do the VSL. Can we eventually do the VSL? When I was talking about his Facebook group, he was like, yeah, the way that it goes, people come inside of this Facebook group. I tag them in this video. Every single time they watch this video, they book an appointment and they get on the call with us. So when he wanted to shoot the VSL, does anybody know what I told him to do? Just use the video as the VSL. We already know it's turning strangers into booked appointments. You don't need to use our framework. Like, we'll eventually change it to make it more efficient, probably, because that was for a Facebook group, not for a video sales letter. But dude, what you're doing is working. We just need to rephrase it into something that's more scalable, more efficient.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.